Our champion for today was Mr. Jose Chepe Reveles with 3 home runs, class of 2000. Mr. Joel Gershon.
I wanted to just share a couple thoughts and comments about Ernie and Don in particular. Ernie, I got to coach him in football, and he was also one of the greatest players that we've ever had. But more importantly, he was a great young man, and I know his family really well, and with all his brothers and sisters, they've done a fabulous job. They've gone on in their own personal lives to achieve so much, and Ernie is just part of that group, shall we say, and he truly reflects the love and the support and the values that that family taught him. And Ernie, where are you right now?
He's over here.
On the court. Congratulations, Ernie. It's another wonderful honor that you've had in your very long and storied athlete.
A combined record of 33-7. He went 12-4 his sophomore year, 9-2 his junior year, 12-1 his senior year. He had 6 shutouts, 2 no-hitters, 16 innings straight with no hits, 161 strikeouts in a season where he only pitched 98 innings. That's ridiculous. He was all league 67, 68, 69. He was all CIF 67, 69. He had 444 strikeouts in his career. And he was a 1969 CIF Player of the Year. He was drafted by the Cubs in the 3rd round in 1969, and we'd like to commemorate and re-retire the number for Mr. Gary James. And here to say a couple of words about her father is Monica James, and his son Gary James Jr.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. My name is Monica James, and this is my brother, Gary James. And we are 2 of Gary James's children. And neither one of us are alumni from Channel Islands High School, but Channel Islands High School has always been very special to our family. In addition to my dad, our mom, and 11 of our aunts and uncles have graduated from this school. So this school has always been very important to us. We spent many times here watching the baseball games at this school, the football games at this school. So even though we didn't come here, the school is very important to us. My dad was a sophomore the year that this school opened. And as a varsity athlete, he was asked to give the initial student tours of this school. And it was that group of students that chose blue and gold as the colors and chose Raiders as the mascot here. So this was always a very important school to my dad, and he always held the memories that he had here. They were always very important to him, and he shared so many of those memories with us. So while he was here, he played baseball, he played basketball, and he did break many records while he was here. He went on to play professional baseball for a few years, but ultimately he came back here to this community, and he married my mom, Pauline. Excuse me. Pauline Borhan, and he raised 3 of his children here in Oxnard. But even though he wasn't always playing baseball, we spent many years around the baseball fields. If he wasn't coaching my brother, he was coaching other athletes. He was either umpiring or just volunteering in youth sports. They were always very important to him. Unfortunately, we lost him to lung cancer nearly 6.5 years ago. But I am so grateful to the school for Coach Lara and the athletics department for recognizing the contributions that he made to this school. And I just hope that the current baseball players that are on this field can look at those numbers and know that with dedication and passion and hard work for your sport, that wonderful things can happen to the Raiders who leave this school.
The second person that we're going to re-retire his number He graduated from Challenge High School in 1979, went on to play at Oxnard College, then he went to Fresno and played over there. He was drafted to the major leagues by the St. Louis Cardinals, and he played with the St. Louis Cardinals for 6 years. Then he signed a free agent contract with the Atlanta Braves, and in 1991, Mr. Terry Pendleton was the National League Most Valuable Player. So he is in spring training. He's now the hitting coach for the Atlanta Braves. And so obviously he couldn't be here, and most of his family moves away, but we still want to commemorate Mr. Terry Pendleton for all of his accomplishments here, and we thank him for that. This person, he went to Oxnard College. Actually, when he left here, he actually went to Weber, right? Oh, to Utah. He went to Utah. Weber's in Utah. He was a Ute, played football for a couple years, and then he remembered his roots and came back to Oxnard College to pitch. And he was telling me, I remember he tells me a story that he was in the bullpen, and some scouts came to see. He wasn't even pitching to the game, and the scouts saw him throw in the bullpen, and just based on his bullpen, the St. Louis Cardinals signed him, and he pitched for the St. Louis Cardinals all the way to AA baseball. Here at Channel Islands, his sophomore year, he was 4-1. His junior year, he tied the school record in wins, and he was 12-1. And his senior year, he was 11-1. So he had a total record of 27-3. He was the CIF player 1978, 1979. But he says that his most memorable moment, or the thing that he most appreciates, is that his senior year, Channel Islands moved into the Marmani League, which was a much bigger league at that time, even it is now. And that senior year, they won the league championship with him on the hill. And I'm sure he'll tell you the story. So I'll let the rest. But he was the Marmonte League Player of the Year in 1979. Mr. Ernie Carrasco.
Well, you guys, thanks for being here. There's some very important people here. In '79, I was talking to one of the players. My third baseman was Terry Pendleton, and my shortstop was Augie Avila, my cousin. So I was a single ball pitcher, throwing 90 miles an hour with a 60 fastball. And a lot of balls reached the left side of the infield. And one of them beat out Barry Bonds in 1991 for the MVP of the league. The other one's over there taking a knee, my cousin Augie, so I had to seriously infield, all the control and all the arrows. This player was pretty much. But Don Cardinal, my coach in baseball, Joe Gershon, my coach in football, that's the top of the line, at least at this level. And again, we had legendary coaches, a few legendary players, but this is a legendary school that you're at. Most people don't realize it by today's environment. It's changed a lot, but the people that have been around for 40, 50 years, this is a special ground we're on here. I have a grandson here, my wife's here, my mother, father, my brother, my sister. I know the Borjons mentioned they had 11 people graduate from here. I'm not sure how many Carrascos and Aguilas have graduated from here, but there's quite a few of us. I went from Patrick Aguila, Anthony Aguila, Tomas Carrasco, Marian Carrasco, Susan Carrasco. The long list goes on. My son Daniel. I have 3 kids that all graduated from here: Terry, Daniel, and Penny. But anyway, again, thank you for being here, and it's a big honor. I appreciate it. Coach Cardinal, Coach Gershon, Mrs. Hernandez, our current principal. Thank you all, APs, for being here, and have a good day.
We've already said several words about Coach Cardinal. He coached here when the school first opened. The first year that they played baseball here was '67, so he was here from 1967 to 1992, 26 years. His total record was 431 wins, 220 losses, and 4 very difficult ties, because he would have, I'm sure, liked to have had 435 wins. He had 10 straight league titles and a CIF championship title, which is the first one in the district and the only other one was Camarillo in 2002. But so he had the record for CI titles in the district for like over 20 years. 69 was he was CIF champs. Over 12 of his players that played under him played in professional baseball, and it's a who's list of people who have come here to Challenge High School. Steve Loisel played with Milwaukee. Greg Jacobs played with Minnesota. Gary James with the Cubs. Don Hairston with St. Louis. Chester Franklin with Oakland. Rod Patterson, Oakland. Oliver Nichols, Milwaukee. John Johnson, Seattle. Ernie Carrasco, St. Louis Cardinals. Angel Aragon, Philadelphia. Terry Pendleton, St. Louis and Atlanta. And Jacob Cruz, San Francisco. It is a testament to his coaching that all of these people were able to get to where they were at, and also to that he's remembered by so many other people that he helped in other walks of life. And with that, we'd like to welcome up Mr. Don Cardinal.
Okay, no one can be successful unless the people under them are successful. So I'd like to thank Mr. Steve Stocks for taking a chance on a young JV coach with hardly any experience and made me the head coach at Challenge High School. And during that time, I've had great coaches to work with. Mr. Gershon, as he talked so brilliantly about me, I'd like to say the same thing about him, because he was the inspiration for many of our wins and losses. And sometimes I got a little hot, and
no way.
Mr. Gershon was the one to calm things. I appreciate that. And then I was fortunate enough after Mr. Gershon to have Ted Robinson as my assistant. And then after that, Mr. Mike Young, who was a great asset to our program because he was a pitching coach and he could handle that end of the program while I took care of the others. So, and then after Mr. Young, at that time, Scott Fullerton also helped me. He's now the baseball coach at North Park College. And after that, another one of my players, Augie Avalon, was with me for many years until I retired. So our program was predicated on one thing. And the famous coach said is, the harder you work, the more you sacrifice, the more successful you will be. And the harder it is to accept defeat. And we didn't like defeat. We didn't accept it very good. So when we walked off the field, we always walked off with pride, making sure that the other team knew that they beat us that day, but we would come back for another day. So I just noticed out there, that all four of those names up there were baseball players. So, as I said before, no one can be successful without great players and great coaches. And I was lucky enough to have both great players and great coaches. So I would like to introduce my family now. Mike Cardinal, Tim Cardinal, and Barbara Cardinal, Jay, and Maya. Right here. Watching me. And then my extended family, my wife Joyce, again, I'd like to thank the people that gave me this honor. Hopefully, I'll live up to their expectations. Thank you.
Go Kids.